The question is where all this came from. This is how it is now. A pleasure for me, standing in a river casting, trying to trick a trout. But of course, where it came from, well, it came from a long time ago. At least 2,000 years, and it came from the battle for survival, the battle for protein, which dictated everything in those days. Of course, we have no idea who the first fly fisherman was, who first had the bright idea of creating something to imitate trout food. It was a long time ago. In investigating that sort of thing, you're entirely dependent on written records. And of course, in those days, not many people could write or read anyway. This is 2,000 years ago. And certainly the kind of people who were out trying to catch trout were not the kind of people who were coming home in the evening and picking up their quills and writing about it. But we do have a record, the earliest record, about 1800 years ago. A Roman writer called Claudius Aelianus, Aelian for short. I don't think old Aelian ever actually went fishing in his life, and the description he gives of it is patchy, to put it mildly. And somebody told him a story about fishing for trout in Macedonia. And he wrote down the story. And he described in it how these Macedonians, shepherds or goat herds or whatever they were, up in the mountains, how they learnt with a bit of wool and a bit of material to tie a fly which imitated the insects that they'd seen trout feeding on in those mountain streams. And they did it because it was an efficient way of catching trout. And trout was food, and food was protein, and protein was life. They didn't do it for fun. They did it because it worked. And he wrote it down, and that really was the start of it. But it took a very long time to evolve into what I'm doing here today.